Hello and welcome to Studio 7. This month we're celebrating all the things we are grateful for. And today our focus is on home. Dorothy said it best when she said there's no place like home. And that's especially true this week on Studio 7 as we unveil our new set, Our New Home. In today's Style File, we're giving you a tour of our beautiful new space. You'll get to meet the pros who made it all happen and find out why they chose the pieces they did to create this modern, fresh, transitional look. As we move closer to Thanksgiving, Jessica Fair has some ideas for transforming our tables from drab to fab. And Renee Elford is here to get us ready for the holidays. She has some perfect ideas for quick and easy things that you should keep around your house over the next few weeks. So, to kick things off, how about a look around our new place? We partnered with Carter's Furniture in Midland to create a space that is perfect for Studio 7, where we're all about inspiration, style for our everyday living.
For weeks, we've been working to create the perfect space for Studio 7. It all started with our very own Greg Morgan. Yes, that Greg Morgan, who also has talents beyond the camera as well. He framed the set, hung the sheetrock, and plastered the walls. Next, the brilliance that is Andrea Blair. The owner of Broads with Brushes is an artist, painting layer after layer to achieve the final look. Finally, the furniture. Lots and lots of furniture and accessories, all from Carter's amazing showroom. Greg Galvan and Echo Johnson spearheaded the design process from beginning to end.
We wanted it to be girly, but fun and funky and kind of up to date. Transitional is the real big style right now, so I feel like this kind of pulls kind of the Carter style with the transitional style that we wanted to represent for the store. It's not over-the-top contemporary, but it's a little more edgy.
I'm going to give each one of you a chance to say one or two or three, however many of your favorite things.
I love the ottomans, and then I know this is minor, but I love this pillow. Like, the pillow is what made me want to use these colors and go this way, was this one pillow.
The chair that you're sitting in, it's kind of retro. I think it's so cool. Again, that's a retro chair with a little bit transitional sofa, but it works together, and I think the pillows tie it in. And again, that retro lamp over there in that sort of bluish turquoise color, I think that's one of my favorites. And probably lastly, my favorite thing is the expression on your face when you saw it done. I think you were really excited, and of course I think that made us excited. And
put it all together and it's truly the perfect setting. Welcome home.
A huge thanks to all the people who partnered with us to make this set look so fabulous. Greg Morgan got us all started with the construction and the flooring. Andrea Blair, the owner of Broads with Brushes, spent countless hours achieving the perfect finish for our walls. And Kim Duncan got us all organized. Jacob Heredia and Jesus Rodriguez did all the heavy lifting with the furniture. And of course, we want to thank Greg Galvan and Echo Johnson from Carter's, who were delightful to work with and chose the perfect look for our new home. This is the beginning of a long and exciting partnership. So even with a beautiful space like this, sometimes we need to get out of the house and live a little. So today we are on the move with Sharon Gaines, with a preview of a hot new entertainment center in Midland. This sounds like so much fun.
It is pretty much an entertainment and amusement heaven. You know, we've got movie theaters, we've got arcades, we've got dine-in theater, not here, but in Dallas.
Yes.
Well, a couple came together and made a business that puts all three of those into one. So about 4 weeks ago, we got something called Cinergy Cinema. Even the name is cool, right? Cinergy Cinema.
I love that.
And so you can go there and enjoy all of the latest blockbusters, all new releases, in state-of-the-art theaters, leather seats. For the viewer, I had to test them out.
Well, I mean, you know, sacrifice, Sharon.
I had to
Come
sacrifice
on.
myself and test out the seats. If you're a front row fanatic, there's the recliners. You can lean back in a recliner. Before you purchase your tickets, you've also ordered your dinner. And so while you're waiting for your movie to begin, your chef-prepared gourmet meal will be delivered to your theater seat.
So no nachos and hot dogs. You can get the good stuff, right?
Something real good. And here's the kicker, a glass of wine to go along with it. For the adults.
Sure. Makes the experience a little more enjoyable.
Makes the experience
and
more
you
enjoyable.
say you can assign your seat. You pick your seat.
You do. They have these little machines that look kind of like little robots when you go in, but you pay with your credit card and you pick your seat where you want, and then you go right around the corner and order your food and tell them what seat you're in, and they have it all coded and they deliver it to you.
Oh, that is unique.
I know.
And then games, arcades, laser tag. I mean, it just sounds like it's so much fun.
All of the above. 50-game arcade. Above you, there's a ropes course. They even have great prizes for your kids to take home and play with. And they have a Duck Dynasty prize center.
Oh, I love
for all the Duck Dynasty fans.
And tell me where it's located?
It's located on Highway 80 on the north side. You can't miss it. It's a gorgeous brand new building. Cinergy Cinema. You absolutely cannot miss it.
Sharon, thank you so much. Sounds like great family fun.
It is.
Up next here on Studio 7, are you sometimes reluctant to have friends or family over for fear that your home just isn't up to par? Jessica Phillips is up next with some perspective on what really matters. We're getting real next on Studio 7. If we're being honest, most of us probably have that nagging thought in the back of our mind, wondering if our home is big enough, clean enough, fancy enough to host a gathering for our friends and family. Well, today we're getting real about the expectations that we have when it comes to opening up our homes. Jessica Phillips is here with us today, our relationship expert, and we're talking about home throughout today's show. You and I had a conversation recently about my home and some insecurities I had about inviting people over, and you really gave me some great perspective about how we should look at that experience in our home.
Absolutely. People come to our homes not to see our things. They come to our homes to see us, because that old adage that says home is where the heart is, that's the truth. Home is about your heart and the size of your heart, not the size of your house. That's just where our things are. And there are some mega mansions that are full of lavish, luxurious items, and they're pretty empty because they're lacking heart. And when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of money, and our friends didn't have a lot of money, but there was a lady in our church, and she was struggling to make ends meet. And she was raising a teenage daughter, and she was divorced and single. And she threw the best Christmas party every single year. Every year without fail, we would go to her house, and it was a 2-bedroom, tiny apartment. And you were shoulder to shoulder with people, but you were laughing and talking and sharing stories. And sometimes people would be singing Christmas carols. And what made that so special to us was her heart was revealed in that. And so we didn't care that we were in this tiny 2-bedroom apartment. We cared that we were all together, loving on each other and enjoying each other.
And so as we have friends who stop by unexpectedly maybe, or family throughout the holiday season, that should be where our focus is. It's not on, is it perfectly clean? Is there a mess on the floor? Is it too small? Is everybody, but are people feeling that they're special to us?
That's right. And welcome them in. There's nothing worse than standing at someone's door and you're not welcoming them in. Put that aside. Let's just put that aside and let them in. Let them into your home, let them into your heart. And there's a great story in the Bible, in the New Testament. It's a Jesus story, and it's in Matthew 14. But Jesus has been preaching and teaching to the crowds, and there's 5,000 men in this crowd. So if you throw in and you add in the women and the children, it was about 20,000 people. And so they gather up the only sack lunch that was available, and it was just a little tiny sack lunch, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And Jesus takes the lunch and he prays and he blesses it. But heaven did not pour out fish and bread in that moment. Right. Until they gave the gift, there was no multiplication. The gift did not multiply until they gave it away. And so I say, and challenge all of us, let's give our hearts away this season. Let's give our homes away. Let's add another chair to our Thanksgiving table and invite someone to come and enjoy a meal with us. And let's share our homes in this season. And let's see what God does with that. Because I'm not saying that God's going to give you a mansion, but I promise he will multiply the size of your heart.
And that's such a great perspective for us. Jessica, thank you very much. Open your homes, enjoy your holidays, and don't worry about all the other stuff. Just have a festive and loving time with your friends and family. Jess, thanks very much. When we come back on Studio 7, it's time for this week's Kiss the Cook. Today, some quick and easy ideas for holiday entertaining, so you'll be prepared when guests stop by your home. Stay with us on Studio 7. It can evoke a moment of panic in even the most seasoned host. Your friends stop by your house unexpectedly and you have nothing to feed them. Well, today we're solving that problem with some quick and easy holiday goodies guaranteed to make your guests feel special. We're here today with Renee Elfert, and the minute you walk in your house, you always feel so special. You have such a gift for that. There has to be a method to this madness. So what do you keep around the house, particularly as we move toward the holidays? What do you keep around here? Because you always have something ready for your guests.
Well, you're so sweet. Some of the things that I keep in the pantry during the holidays are you always want to have different kinds of variety of crackers. If you have a little assortment of different types, cheeses, nuts. This is a great thing to have if you keep puff pastry on hand and you've got extra cheeses. You can wrap a little piece of cheese and decorate it there and pour a little bit of a sauce. You can get all kinds of sauces, jams, whatnot to either put inside the crust or you can just pour it over the top as you serve it.
I mean, how beautiful is that?
Yeah.
I mean, how pretty sitting out on your table. I love that.
That's really pretty. And then if you have all these things, these are great to get. You can get them in the deli section at any of the grocery stores, just the little mixed olives. You can keep them on hand. They'll last throughout the holiday season. They don't go bad. You can use them, put little smoked almonds out, your cheeses. And it's always fun to have dried fruits. Dried fruit is something else that's a non-perishable item. And you can put it on your cheese trays. And we made a little appetizer here. If you want to try one, you just put a little bit of crumbled blue cheese, a little bit of chopped pistachio, kind of drizzle it with honey. And it's just a fun little bite-sized something you can pick up.
What kind of cheese is this?
This is just a smoked Gouda. You can put Gouda, you can put blue cheese, you could use a Havarti, you can use any variety of cheeses, just keep them on hand.
And it's a silly question, but the tray is so pretty. Is there a formula to that? I mean, we've got grapes, you've got crackers spread throughout.
I think as long as you have a fruit, you just kind of want a little bit of savory, something a little sweet. If you have a fruit, a cracker, a nut, an olive is something that's a little bit savory.
Okay, now we're going to move over here to the island, and you say these are some must-haves as we move into the holiday season. You always have these around your house?
Cranberries.
Oh.
Fresh cranberries are a great thing to keep around the holidays through the entire season. They are so versatile. You can use them for decoration. You can use them for garnish. And we've got a couple of things here that you're going to make with them. So cranberries are a wonderful thing to have. You can get them in the produce section at any grocery store, and they're real readily available all through the holiday season.
And they're just pretty.
And they are pretty. They're bright. You could take this, take a few of them out, put a little votive in the middle, and have you a real pretty little centerpiece. So they're great to have around.
Okay, what are we making?
So this is the first thing we're going to make. It's called a Cranberry Sparkler. So this is a great thing. It's brie cheese in a log. So I'm going to give you this log.
Okay.
And what you're going to do is just slice some thin slices and put them right on top of the cracker.
Okay, about like that?
That's good. This is a super easy thing to keep on hand.
Oh, this is easier than I
And
thought.
what we've done here is we've just taken a few of the cranberries and tossed them with a little bit of Karo and put them in the refrigerator for about 30-40 minutes so it can adhere to them.
Oh.
And then you'll take a few of the cranberries.
Okay.
And toss them in just regular granulated sugar. And it also makes them real pretty and sparkly.
Oh, that looks like they're coming with snow. Oh. That is gorgeous. A cranberry sparkler.
It's called this little cranberry sparkler.
Love that. So easy. And that looks like I know what I'm doing.
It does. This is a really neat thing to have. It's a kind of a cranberry jalapeno relish. This is also a really versatile thing because it goes great on cream cheese, which is what we'll do tonight, but it's also a really neat thing to have. You can put it on fish. You can put it on chicken. It keeps in the refrigerator for a few days, probably up to 5 or 6 days, so it's a really neat thing. So all we've done here is taken a bag of fresh cranberries and put them in the blender and chopped them up.
Okay.
So you're going to toss in some fresh green onion.
Oh, that smells good.
A little bit of cilantro.
Okay.
This is a little fresh jalapeno, and you can add a little less or more depending on your heat taste, but just add that whole jar.
Okay.
And then this is sugar.
Sugar.
Yes.
Kind of a surprise ingredient.
And then we're going to put in the juice of, this is another little neat tool to have.
I love that.
And you can go ahead and be tossing
Okay.
that while I We didn't cut that
And
other
just
one.
look how
so.
pretty it is with
It's
the
so
red
pretty.
and the green and the sugar in between it.
And then you will just take it and put it right here. Just spoon a little bit on top of your cream cheese.
I wish our guests could smell it, 'cause it
I
smells
know.
so good. Okay,
It's
so
so fresh.
Kind of any rhyme or reason?
That looks good right there. Just kind of put that. It always looks kind of fun if you just let it kind of go over the side.
Okay.
And you have a beautiful appetizer for crackers.
Renee, that is gorgeous.
pretty?
Love that.
And then another thing to do with the fresh cranberries is I always keep a little club soda on hand, and you can make a fun. You can use red wine, white wine, whatever kind. Put a little bit of soda in it, and drop a couple of fresh cranberries to float in there. And
How festive is that
have
for
a
the
festive
holidays?
little holiday. So there
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Cheers. Here's to
Cheers to you.
kissing your favorite cook.
Still ahead on Studio 7, if you're already thinking about how to dress up your Thanksgiving table, you're in the right spot today. Jessica Fair is taking us from drab to fab next on Studio 7. Stay with us. Coming up next week on Studio 7, it's November, and that means we're celebrating all the things we're grateful for. One thing on the top of the list, food. We have some great ideas for stepping out of the box with some non-traditional side dishes for your Thanksgiving meal. Plus, if you're expecting guests, you might need to add a few extra chairs to the table. We'll show you how to take them from drab to fab. It's all next Monday at 4:30 right here on Studio 7. Whether you have a full set of matching dishes or maybe you have a more mix and match feel in your cabinet, it is possible to create a Thanksgiving table that gives that special feeling to your family. Our Drab to Fab contributor Jessica Fair has some ideas for fun and festive table settings.
So we all want to have a great table when we have friends or family over for Thanksgiving, and Jessica Fair is helping us with a few ideas today, some things we might already have in our house, and I love this table. You say this really is your style.
Yes, when I did this one, it's all of my favorite things that I have in my china cabinet, in my pantry, things I wanted to try for the first time, like sticking flowers in a bird cage.
But it's so clever and unique.
Yes.
Okay, so walk me through. You call this a more neutral color palette. You love these white plates. Tell me about these.
I love the white plates because no matter what you put on the plate, it just pops. And it makes it that restaurant feel. It has great presentation. They're my favorite. And these are so great because you can use them for a holiday or you can use them for everyday dining.
Now this napkin ring, so clever. Tell me how you did this.
Well, I went to the floral department and I just found a fake flower, pulled the stem off, and then I got some jewelry wire and wrapped it, made a loop, and then twisted and made a smaller loop so that it would fit around the base of the stem, and then stuck a little hot glue, and voila, you have a new napkin ring that you can't buy anywhere else.
And it is so clever and so cute. And napkin rings are very expensive in a store, so this was a much cheaper option for you as well. Let's talk about the table runner, because I said to you, when I have a table runner, it's usually straight down the table, but this is so cute. This is burlap ribbon?
Yes, I just fluffed it and stretched it and put something heavy on it when I liked the way it did a ruffle.
So the idea is to not be perfect, kind of let it go and do its own thing.
Be willing to go out of the box and have fun.
It's just beautiful. Lots of different levels in your table, and it just looks lovely. I love this.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move on to the next table and take a look at what you have set up there. This is a little bit different idea or feel. Tell me, how would you describe this table setting?
This is my take on a more traditional festive feel of a table with the fall colors, the fall theme, fall flowers, but without being like cheesy gobble turkey.
Right, no
you know?
turkey on the table. I love these leaf plates. I mean, this makes it fall.
Yes, it does. And I got a set of 4 for $7.99 at TJ Maxx Home Goods.
Talk to me a little bit about the napkin rings too.
I love all things gold, turquoise, and coral. It was the same feel that I was going for, but it doesn't match. It's a little more eclectic.
And I think you said something pretty magical right then. It doesn't have to match. I'm a matchy girl. But what's cool and trendy right now is to be a little eclectic. So that's what I see here.
Exactly. And you don't always have the stuff that you need for everything to match. And so when you can find those things that coordinate, you can have multiple table settings instead of just one straight-laced and narrow table setting.
Okay, I love this table setting too. Tell me a little bit about what you're going for here.
This one still has the fall feel, but everything is mismatched and not what you would normally expect. You wouldn't normally put a purple plate with a blue plate and then fall napkin, and I just wanted to do the unexpected and show that you can take whatever you have and make it work. And you can mix match the cups and then just stick some twigs and flowers in a mason jar.
And speaking of, I mean, this is a fantastic arrangement.
I love that.
I love this. And finally, we're at the kids' table. I love the kids' table.
I do too. I want to sit here.
I do too. This is so many fun things. You've really taken care of every detail. In fact, all these tables, it's the details that
you have
make
to
it
think
special.
about those little things. And especially with the kids, I think it's so easy to overlook because of the hustle and bustle of the day and preparing for your guests. So you forget, well, maybe the kids need something fun to do too. Yeah. And it's actually going to play to your advantage if they're having fun at the dinner table because you're not having to send them away.
Tell me some of the things that you put on this table.
Well, what I did, we'll start at the bottom. For their placemat, what I did, I just got a piece of oversized construction paper. And I just tell them, okay, so during lunch or dinner, color what you're thankful for. And so I have markers and crayons and color pencils set out, so throughout dinner they can do that.
Their glasses are mason jars.
And this is just a bandana that instead of having another napkin or finding another set, you can get these for like 50 cents.
They get flowers too because they're important.
They're special.
And a perfect pumpkin that will certainly capture their attention. These ideas are perfect, Jessica. Thank you so much for sharing them with me. It's time now for this week's 5 Things We Love, and this week it's all about our new set. So I love this pillow. This is really where it all started. These colors inspired the whole set. Second thing I love, this ottoman. I love the color, I love the shape, I love this ottoman. Third thing, look at the bookends. This cute little dog, everyone needs that on their bookshelf. It's so cute. Fourth thing, I love this chair. It's the perfect shade of yellow and it's the perfect shape for me to host the show. Fifth thing, forget it. I can't pick 5 things. I love everything about our new Studio 7 set. Thank you so much for joining us this week on Studio 7. We hope you were inspired. We hope you had some fun. And most of all, we hope you'll make an appointment to be with us every Monday at 4:30. If you have questions or ideas about the show, visit us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and check back in every day for lots of inspiration. And we'll have a giveaway for a brand new iPhone 5 for one lucky viewer. Just like our Studio 7 Facebook page, and you may be the winner. You can find a link for all of that information at cbs7.com. This week, as we celebrate home, we are thankful for our partnership with Sewell Ford. They've been your automotive home for more than 100 years in the Permian Basin. Together, we're focused on strengthening families, offering inspiration, style, and a focus on everyday living. Thanks again for watching Studio 7. We'll see you next week.